Right, here we go. We've got Adam. He's back on the pt3 one part D. Come on, mate, tell us a bit about it.
Oh, fantastic daily. You know, every time we come down here, always drive past and have a pier and a bit of a sort of memory bank. Basically, it was the first year I'd ever been in the final. And to be honest, drawing this bank, bearing in mind the Masters have been going for X amount of time, drawing this bank, it's never ever been won off this bank before, up until obviously 2008 when I was champion. So when I drew here, it was a bit, you were sort of, everyone favours 4, 16, them sort of areas that usually proves the winner. So when I got to my peg, at that time as well in the festivals, there wasn't a pole limit on. So my first line I could get across the island, which was about 18.5, 19 metres, long way. But as an opening start, that's what.
Was it quite shallow there then, or?
Yeah, you could get into 18 inch.
Right.
Perfect. So that was one of my lines, and obviously, as the Pot D Masters is, it's renowned for being one shallow. So I'm sort of hemmed in here. You sort of see I'm sort of at the back of the island, but knowing this lake as well as I do, I know that 40, this is 40, 42 and 44 hold a massive head of F1 crassios. So I basically sat right hand side of my pallet, so I was pointing, I actually fished at say 2 o'clock at an angle, fishing in towards the opening water into the gap. Pretty similar to today, slight ripple, fancied it for a few fish. As of yet, whether it was enough to win or not, we didn't know. Started across, fish licking meat on the up, caught some skimmers, caught a 4 or 5 pound carp, odd crassio. It was good early. I think I caught, if I remember rightly, I had 79 pound at the end. I think I caught 15 or 16 pound in the first hour.
All the time feeding in that open water then?
Every now and then I'd chip back, because obviously 90 metres is long. I've got a bit of a obstacle behind me, but we got over that. Every time I was landing a fish, catapulting an amount of pellets, 6 mils I was fishing, and something, I think I saw one swirl or something like that, and the island had dried up. Shipped out, being in my 4-hour match again. Went straight out, flipped my rig over, elastic out, fished like 11 dollars then. Quite fine for these, caught a crassio. Thought, right, good start, and then it just appeared, it was black. Just caught steady rest of the match.
How deep? Can you remember?
Yeah, it was weird because it was you couldn't quite get it, or what we know now about catching these crassios on this lake to what we knew back then was very different. And in this lake, which we never realised until recently, they come very, very shallow, like 6 inch deep. At that point we didn't sort of realise that, and we didn't have the although we had the floats, we didn't really have the proper kit or done practice on it to fish that shallow. You can fish with a 2 inch up length now and a 2 inch float and you fish 4 inch deep. There's ways and means of doing that now, which back then we didn't really know a lot about. So it was basically a case of catching them at a foot, plodding on, flicking, but slapping wasn't around then either. We had a chat about it yesterday. Basically the old mile match revolved around feeding. We're feeding 3 and 4 6 mils, but now 4 mils is a lot better. We're feeding 3 or 4 6 mils all the time, lift dropping, slapping weren't around then, and it was just steady away. 79 pound and a few ounces.
Just enough, weren't it?
Just enough to win. Job done. And straight in there, head first, wet through.
Brilliant. Let's see if we can grab Des, see how I did on his peg, mate.
Awesome.